from losing thousands of keys, using the worst loadouts, and having terrible aim, I've made a list of 12 mistakes that only noobs make. And if you're doing any of these, stop now before it's too late. Number one, I'm gonna say it's tracking, right? Everyone uses the range, everyone knows it's here, but do you use it the right way? A lot of people come in here and they just kind of shoot around the bots, you know, but honestly, you can improve your tracking, even if it's just by holding your crosshair over the bot's head and just moving slowly around them and just keeping it generally in their area while you're strafing. It honestly helps a lot. Then you also have bots that are super close, a decent range away. You can just practice kind of shooting them, seeing where your aim lies, your sensitivity if you want to flick and stuff like that and go back and forth. And then you have targets everywhere that you can just kind of practice on shooting. Honestly, I'm really bad at shooting these. I'm not gonna lie, for some reason, bro. I swear, like, sometimes your crosshair can be on it and then it just doesn't hit. But for the most part, if you come in here for 20 minutes a day, your aim will get so much better. Next, we have thinking pay to win matters. Pay to win does not matter, dude. There's so many pros out there who just use the default loadout. And honestly, if you can't use the default loadout and beat anyone, can't beat anyone with a default loadout, that's just kind of like a skill issue that you need to kind of work on. Like I said, go on the range, practice if you have to. I promise you, you can beat anyone using anything with the default loadout. Like, this guy's sniping me right now and he's on controller and he's just getting cooked. Next is going to be using terrible loadouts, and just for this, I'm just going to hit random. It's like some people use the most random loadouts and the most like unworking together, I can't say that word, but the loadouts that just don't work together at all and think that they're going to win every single fight. It's like, dude, like, you can't really use things that don't work together and expect them to work. You know what I mean? They kind of have to go in a combo, at least in some way, some form. Even the bow with the subspace isn't bad. Like, it's just chainsaw with this just doesn't make any like sense to me personally. I would never use this, but I mean, it's working. This guy's just getting cooked. Instead, use something like this: the AR, the revolver, the battle axe, and the molly. Dude, these things go hand in hand so nicely. And personally, I use this loadout so much. You get so much mobility with this, I feel like. No way, that bounced off of him. I didn't even know that was possible. And then if we can manage to get close enough to him, we can just do this and he's gone. Like, dude, that does so much damage and it just works out so well. The next mistake we have is spamming your revolver long range. Dude, the amount of times I'm in fights, bro, and I see this right here, it's like, dude, what are you trying to hit, bro? You have to remember this has a spread just like any other gun, dude, and it's less accurate from a farther distance. Whether I'm this close to this guy's face, as you guys can see, I at least hit 2 rather than nothing. Up damage, like, look at that damage, dude. Up close, it actually hit. From this far away, the likelihood that you're gonna hit any shot is cooked. Boom, and he's gone, dude. The next mistake I see a lot of noobs making, bro, is not aiming in after the update. If you guys didn't know, before the update, you honestly, like, you couldn't really do all this slide movement, you couldn't do all of this, you couldn't like have a lot of movement while also aiming into your weapon. Before, you were kind of just like, you're kind of stuck like moving super slow, I think, and it just was terrible. Now that you actually have the choice to do all this, bro, you can be so accurate while still keeping your omni movement, dude, and it's just insane. Allowing yourself to strafe around your opponents while also having your bullets be 100% accurate, dude, rather than just hoping from a distance that all your bullets are gonna hit. It's just insane. So make sure at any distance, honestly, you're aiming in and you're more likely to win all of your fights with it being 100% accurate. The next biggest new mistake I see is upgrading your weapons, and I can't lie, I did this the second I started actually playing the game because I thought this actually did something for me. Dude, I was upgrading and spinning all of my keys every single time I had the keys to spin, and it was the biggest waste of time. So I want to encourage you guys to never do it, and mine was on the AR because, you know, it's like the starter weapon. Like, I figured, like, hey, let me max this out, maybe the stats are gonna get better, or like, I don't know, I was new to playing a Roblox shooter game and that sounded like the smartest thing for me, especially coming from like Call of Duty games, and I just wanted to upgrade everything, you know, to make sure everything was cool. But it's the biggest waste of time, the biggest waste of your keys, so never upgrade your weapons. The next new mistake is your ranked weapon changes. I'm gonna be honest, this is exactly what I do every time. So for the first 2 rounds of the game, I always use the most annoying loadout. That way you're kind of forcing them to change. And look, dude, he's already gone because I mowed him down with the minigun. But yeah, forcing them to change their weapons first eliminates the chances of them using something against you that you can't switch from. So personally, I feel like this is like the best way, at least for me in a sense, because dude, like, look, what is he gonna do? He's just gonna get upset, and if he has nothing to counter it, you're good. So I keep doing this until I notice that they're changing all of their weapons. And honestly, I'm in low elo, so I mean, it's not like I'm in like arch nemesis or like something insane. He said, what is this loadout? Dude, this honestly, if they don't have anything to change into, has to be like the best loadout ever, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I hate the minigun and I hate minigun users, but like, it just works, dude. The next one, and this one honestly helped me a lot because I'm not gonna lie, before I did this exact same thing, and I know a lot of you guys do it as well, but it's gripping your mouse too hard when you're in fights. So if, let's say, like, there's a guy over there and I'm gripping my mouse to aim, it's so restrictive on where I can go because of how tight I'm actually holding my mouse. Whether I'm letting go of my mouse and I'm moving a little bit more freer, as you guys can see, see your aim just kind of flows so much better. Stop doing this and gripping your mouse and having to like tense up your hand and your wrist, and just lightly hold your mouse and just let your aim follow where you're going. I mean, me gripping the mouse and like I feel like I have no range of motion in my wrists at all, dude, versus when I kind of let my hand a little bit more looser, dude. I feel like look at that, my aim didn't leave him and my mouse was not tensed up and my wrist was fine. Like, you feel so much better. Stop gripping your mouse so hard, learn to kind of let loose and just find the flow of your aim. The next mistake I see a lot of noobs making is not being subscribed. It is completely free to subscribe and you can unsubscribe at any point in time. It would mean the world to me. I really want to hit 100K before the end of the year, and I love you guys. The next mistake I see a lot of noobs making now is honestly using the flashbang after the update. I'm not gonna lie, for me these things are kind of useless now, because like if you notice, there's actually like no timer on it anymore. Like you can just kind of hold it to whenever you throw it up and it pops as normal. But then I feel like you can't just kind of like pop flash anyone. You can't actually use it to your advantage. By the time you throw it, they're honestly already gonna know that it's up in the air. And number two, like they're gonna see it, dude. They're gonna hear it, they're gonna see it, and then they're gonna go for cover or just look down. And I feel like it doesn't really do anything anymore. They kind of killed the flash, I'm not gonna lie to you. You can't pop flash. That was my favorite thing ever to do, is kind of hold it last second, and then you could also slide and jump into it and would flash the enemy, but it wouldn't flash you, which was super cool. But now they kind of took that away, and I don't know how to feel about the flash anymore, dude. Like, let me know how you guys feel about it, because for me it's just kind of pointless. The next mistake I see noobs making, this is my ult right here, by the way, so if he's looking weird, he's looking weird. I don't want it to auto shoot me. The next mistake I see is when you're getting frozen, and most people just panic and just assume that they're dead. Instead, when you're frozen, honestly, what I do is I just spam my quick melee button and I'm out of there, bro. I promise you, there's no way. Typically I either go backwards or I go forwards, or I just spam it as much as I possibly can, because dude, you can easily get out of that, especially if they're trying to knife you, which some people mess up, bro. I've had a few friends try to do that and they mess up, dude, and honestly it works pretty well. Just remember, don't give up. If you get frozen, you can easily get out of it. Just spam your quick melee button and just get out of there. Or also with the battle axe, dude, as soon as I get frozen, I'm literally just spamming it backwards, and look, bro, you can easily get out of there and you're fine. I promise you. Just don't panic. Just know that you can still have a chance to live and you'll be okay. The next mistake I see a lot of noobs making is not slide jump pinking. And what I mean by this is pretty much like when you're up here on the ramp, if you slide jump, you can go a little bit higher. So typically you do this and boom, you can see your enemy just like that. But also if you do this and let's say they have a sniper or something, you can easily just spam your crouch button and it'll move you all the way back down like so. You can just do that and you're like, okay, holy, you just dodged a bullet. But with this, you can easily get a jump on your enemy. They won't ever know. It just makes it so that element of surprise for you is there, and you're less likely, honestly, to get shot and lose that fight. This also works on station 2. Honestly, I usually just jump up here and beam them. Or if I come to this side of the house, I usually just jump up here. They're sitting over here, or they're over there, under there, over here. It just makes it a lot easier for me to find them. Plus, it gives you that nice element of surprise, like I said before. But yeah, it works on this map and arena are my two favorite maps that I've used that on. It's really nice.